Tai, after being caught, said in a panicked voice to the scary-looking man that she was okay and that he should not worry. Basto Purix couldn't make sense of the situation. In a forest full of monsters, what was such a child doing alone? Tai told him that her dad was nearby and that he could leave her and go. Hearing this, Basto was relieved and told her that he would get her out. Tai screamed and called out for Blackie to save her and began to cry. Basto told her to cry louder so that her dad could hear her and come. Hearing this, Tai asked if it was true and cried even more. Basto put her down and told her to go to her dad now. Tai stood up and asked if he was not going to catch her. Basto asked why she thought that. Tai told him it was because he was a kidnapper, right? Basto was dumbfounded, but he couldn't deny that his appearance made him look like a thug. He explained that the blood on him was from a rabbit he had been eating before. Hearing that he had killed a rabbit, Tai was even more shocked. Basto then stepped back, leaving his weapon behind, and told her to go. Tai walked away from him, but after taking just a few steps, she fell, hurt herself, and cried out for Mr. Basto then bandaged her leg. Tai asked if rabbit tasted good. Basto said yes. Tai then asked if it tasted like cow moo flavor. Basto said all meat tasted good, but Tai started naming many kinds of meat she knew. Hearing her, Basto smiled a little and concluded that she might be a noble's child. She had cried loudly earlier, but no one had come, so he asked her to tell the truth. Tai became sad and told him that her dad was in a place called the capital. Basto knew that the capital was a 5-day journey from there, so he wondered how a child could come all the way alone. He asked why she had lied before. She told him that she had learned in her school that when a kidnapper comes, you must not say, "Please save me." Instead, she advised him that he should not cry too if he got caught, and she even gave him tips. Hearing her and seeing her, Basto thought that she had grown up in a good home surrounded by love, and he remembered his own family. He then told Tai that he would take her to the capital, as her dad would be waiting for her there. He gave her carrot soup. She was happy knowing that her daddy was waiting and said yes. She ate the carrot soup, which she liked because it was like jelly. Then she noticed something written on the bowl. "Daddy, I love you." Hearing that, Basto paused and silently refilled the bowl. Tai was shocked that she could read another language and also speak it. She realized it must be Blackie's power. She called him amazing and hugged her bag because she wanted to see him soon too. Tai traveled together with the mister, and she felt a little happy. She was ready to tell her dad how hard she had worked. 4 days later, they arrived at the outskirts of the capital, at the first city gate. There, the guards blocked Basto's entry because his mercenary ID had been voided and told them to go back. Basto, now outside the first gate, was in a tavern called the Gate Inn, furious. He called out Karl Wolven, saying he was behind all this. The proprietress told him to quiet down and not show off his strength, while holding Esti, cleaning her, and telling her not to be a crybaby. The owner asked Basto if he had shown his mercenary ID and whether it was really deleted. Basto said they must have bribed the Holy Knights to expel him. There was no way an ID valid 2 weeks ago would suddenly vanish. Earlier, at the gate, Basto had told the guard who he was, that he had seized one of the 3 magic stones of Braywood and came to report it. But the guard laughed, saying the Death Horde mercenaries had already reported it and completed the siege. Hearing this, Basto was furious, as he was now being accused of stealing credit. The guard shouted at him for deceiving the Holy Knights and told him to leave. Basto realized Karl Wolven, who claimed to be his friend, had betrayed him. He had even left his family and the village of Van Anra in his care. Basto was about to go on a rampage, but Tai held him and asked if he was okay. Her soft hands calmed him, and he apologized, telling her it would take a little longer to reach the capital. Tai told him that it was okay and tried to cheer him up. After that, they left the place. At present, Basto was grumbling, asking if it even made sense to block off the capital and ban civilians from entering. There were so many refugees outside who had lost their homes to the magic stones. What were His Majesty, the Emperor, and the nobles even doing? The owner told him that it was enough and that he shouldn't make too much noise. Meanwhile, Tai, now clean, was happily drinking milk. The owner again advised Basto to control his temper and stay out of trouble. Tai looked at him and noticed that he was making a sad face again. The owner gently told Basto that if he was thinking about his hometown, he was deeply sorry about what had happened to Van Andra village. Hearing the village name, Tai suddenly shouted, "Banana!" Everyone looked at her. She rushed to Basto and excitedly said that it was the Banana Village. She had just remembered that Banana Village was Mr. Basto's hometown. Basto was confused and asked why she said that. Tai explained that she knew about him from the stories her dad had told her. Her dad said that Basto once had 20 strong subordinates, and that it was better to have 20 strong people than 100 weak ones. Among them, the one closest to him was Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer was originally the vice-captain of a mercenary group called Death Hound, based in Van Andra village. Their captain, Carl, overworked him while lazily staying back in the village, collecting magic stones. Carl had promised to take care of everyone while Mr. Hammer went out to fight monsters. But one day, disaster struck Van Andra village. Monsters swarmed in while Mr. Hammer was away seizing another magic stone. The villagers called for help, but the mercenaries were drunk. Carl pretended to assess the situation, but secretly ran away. The villagers waited for him, but they were all wiped out by the monsters, including Mr. Hammer's family. When Mr. Hammer returned, there was no one left alive. He cried that day. After that, Carl betrayed him again by using the Holy Knights to erase his ID, leaving him completely alone. Tai knew all of this because her dad had told her that after everything, Mr. Hammer was left with nothing. But her dad, who was rank 1 at the time, gave him a new ID and asked him to join him, recognizing that he was a kind and strong man. Tai remembered everything clearly now. She realized she had to find her dad quickly, because her dad could help Mr. Basto.